Hello, this is 2021 Afghanistan War, a mod for Hard-Spawn 4 that is meant to simulate the aforementioned conflict that started in 2001. In this video, we're going to show how the Taliban could have lost using definitely applicable to real life Hard-Spawn 4 tactics. Warning, relying on Hoi 4 to win an actual war may lead to ramblings about non-existent focus trees and complaints about, quote, enemy soldier AI. We're going to be playing as the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, who at this stage of the war has sort of been left to fight alone as the American and NATO withdrawal is in full swing. We begin with three very bad national spirits, and these are orderless army, government in chaos, and disloyal army. So with that said, you would think this conflict is not really in our favor. The Republic has its very own faction called the Afghanistan government, and also we have military access to what are basically the autonomous states of Mazar-i-Sharif and Herat. Our country leader is Ashraf Ghani, who in real life, as of recording, was the president of Afghanistan from 2014 to 2021. Politically, he identifies as a pro-modernist and liberal. Before becoming a president, he co-founded the Institute for State Effectiveness, taught at Johns Hopkins University, and worked with the World Bank. Moving back up to more recent events, when his government basically collapsed after the fall of Kabul, he fled the country, and to add to that, the Afghanistan embassy in Tajikistan asked Interpol to apprehend him for embezzlement. I'd say something about the military tech, but it seems we don't even have research slots, and the only thing we are producing is basic infantry equipment, which is better than nothing, I suppose, to be honest. Our army essentially consists of government brigades and government divisions. We have 30 units in total, and as for commanders, there is 2 generals and 1 field marshal. This is going to be a very messy war in terms of front lines, so to help with that, our forces have been split up into 2 armies, one for the south and one for the central and northern part of the country. Some of our troops are initially in somewhat awkward positions, which will make things interesting to say the least, but on another note, we will have to deal with the opposing forces near Mazar-i-Sharif, and to make matters worse, Kabul is already in danger of being taken, as there are Taliban nearby it in Puli Kumri and Kunduz. We do have access to a few civilian factories, and personally I think making any more factories would take too long, so we're doing the next best thing, and that is creating land forts in what I believe to be areas of interest. A handful of Afghan militias are in Herat, but we're going to change that by sending a few of them off the combat zones that are in the most danger of being overrun, such as places directly to the south and to the east. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan has declared war on the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. That's us. This is where the fun begins. We have a focus tree, but some parts are locked off because we don't have enough military experience to start them. The focuses in particular that have this requirement are ones that would help fix our army. The Taliban has begun an offensive, and since the USA is not going to help us, we're going to have to call the local warlords in to support us. Herat has responded to our request and declared war on the Islamic Emirate. However, Mazar-i-Sharif is not so eager to join in the fight and has basically decided to sit this one out. Given the state of our army as a whole, we can't really launch a big counterattack even if we may have a numbers advantage. For the time being, we're just going to have to stay on defense and make cautious advances in the provinces that don't have enemies in them. Good news, our soldiers are about to capture the important city of Kandahar as well as the Taliban stronghold at Farah. The Emirate is gradually losing more and more ground, and the situation will get worse for them once we seize Khost, Po-e-Alam, and Jalalabad. Even with all the setbacks the Taliban have suffered, they aren't dead yet, and they won't be anytime soon, as we are struggling to kick them out of Lashkar-Gah. That little area with the 4 enemy divisions near Mazar-i-Sharif has become a stalemate for both sides, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. As the war drags on, 3 real front lines have been drawn. These are the first one in the south, the second one near what will be considered the Turkmenistan border, and the final and most precarious one next to our capital. Recent developments have seen the Taliban forces reposition themselves on the Kabul front. In response, we're going to send some soldiers up from the south to take some empty provinces. In our haste to move troops, we have lost Kandahar. Dang nabbit, I guess we will have to retake it. Good news, we encircled a Taliban unit. Bad news, one of our own units got encircled. It appears we may be able to rescue our trapped division by smashing through the enemy resistance at Baghlan. The Kabul front has stabilized to the point the Islamic forces located there have been pushed back into the general area near the Wakhan corridor. Oh, and by the way, we have managed to isolate 3 Taliban unit formations. The south has gone a little chaotic as the opposing soldiers there have started advancing outward. To counter this, we redid our front lines and transferred more brigades/divisions to the 2nd Army. The Taliban reclaimed Farah, but in the process of doing so created a road to Lashkar Gah, which we will take full advantage of. To prepare ourselves for a knockout punch, we are going to transfer units from the relatively peaceful combat zones of the 1st Army to the messy ones of the 2nd Army. The Taliban in the south have been decisively defeated, but with that said, some of their units are trying to make a run for it, while a few others are going to hold their final true stronghold to the last man. The reorganization of the army is complete. This means we no longer have the orderless army national spirit, which was pretty bad. The 2nd Army is just going to crush the last bits of resistance in their region, and then after that, more than half of our deployed forces are going to be able to go do other stuff. We're going to finish off the Taliban in the north in real time. Oh, get out of here, event. You're not needed right now. And just like that, there is only one front left. It's odd that it worked out so the last place we must fight the Islamic Emirate in is the one that has been basically unchanged since this playthrough started. The peace conference has arrived. Now our main goal is to prevent Herat from getting any territory, as we are the ones who did all the work. The war in Afghanistan is, after many years, over, and the Western-backed Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, led by Ashraf Ghani, is the victor. That was something to say the least, but we did win on the 18th of November in 2022. Do you think you can beat that? Feel free to try. You could always do easy mode though, which in this case is, let's just say, the side with the white flag that has the Ash-Shahada on it. The video is going to stop here. If you enjoyed the mod, check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.